I've been putting out a lot of content. It's been 2 years that we've been putting out content on this channel, and I've come across as, like, I know what I'm talking about all the time. Like, this is the truth, this is the path, follow me, you'll be okay, you'll make a lot of money, Airbnb, right? That's been this channel, hasn't it? But it's not necessarily the truth. It sounds so weird to say, but it's true that it's not true. And let me get to my point here. Run the reel. All right, welcome back, Airbnb family. So I have been in the business of taking risks for a long time. And that's like out the womb, okay? So maybe I should tell you a long story here. And I'm not the only person who owes you this confession, but let me give you some context. I've been taking risks since I was a small child. My parents were alcoholics, and my mother was this manipulative, abusive person. And God bless her soul, like addiction is an evil thing. And I had to guess what I would say in order to not get hit some days, right? Like, how do I talk my way out of a violent dispute with a drunk parent? Kind of sucks. But my skin was in the game with risk all the time. You know, I couldn't pronounce my S's, T's, or R's. I had a speech impediment through the time I was in 8th grade. In 7th grade, in front of my science class, somebody asked why do birds fly? My teacher said that, and my response was because birds have feathers. And I just died in front of 45 people. It was terrible. So I can't believe it. And maybe if you knew that about me too, you couldn't believe it either, that I'm making my way talking to people for a living. My first business was a sales company. So I took risks, I worked on myself, and I found a way to present myself in the best light possible at all times. And I'm not a best light possible at all times person, because that childhood that I alluded to was rough, and we grew up super poor, and I didn't really have a lot of friends. I didn't have much self-esteem, and I was like this kind of introverted, kind of please love me emo kid that loved to play music, went to music school, dropped out, went homeless, crazy, right? But I took a lot of risks along the way. And that leads to where we are now. Why am I telling you this? Like, what am I lying to you about? That's the question. Well, the lie here is the confidence. Like, I come to you after I have figured something out, but there's something that you don't see. And you don't see it from so many other people. Like, you don't see it on YouTube. All these guys want to come off as confident. And I mean, I see it all the time. I mean, I see constant ads with I'm going to show you to make tons of money, and I'm going to show you how to do stuff on Amazon drop shipping, and I'm going to show you how to flip homes because I know what I'm doing. I'm the man. But all these people, they were scared shitless too at one point, and they didn't know what they were doing, and they were taking risks, and they were failing. You know, I've got companies that didn't make it. I've got companies that just weren't profitable enough, and we shut them down. I didn't have any businesses outright fail necessarily, but I've had companies that didn't do good. And a lot of the stuff that I've done on Airbnb, the stuff that I've taught you on this channel, this very content, was trial and error. I was eating crow for weeks at a time sometimes. I had a property kick me out of 8 units because my tenant got into a fight with one of the leasing staff. And that, they wanted to take possession of the property back. And we mentioned that in a previous video. But my point here is that I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Before I go out and do it, the stuff that you don't see, the stuff I'm working on right now, I don't know half of what's going on. I'm figuring it out along the way, right? And everybody else that you take advice from is the same. There's very few people who are tenured, dojo master, 20 years in the game, knows everything, Master Yoda, and has a YouTube channel. It's just not that way. A lot of people are just young. They're making it happen day by day. And as soon as we figure something out, we go check to make sure it's actually true. And then we race to the camera to teach you how cool we are. That's it. I kind of want to throw my phone about it. I think it's stupid, but it's the way the world works. I give you what I've risked my well-being on so that way you guys can learn. But here's why this is valuable to you, all right? This tirade is to say that you should be the same way. I want you to be the exact same person. I want you to stop waiting to do stuff. I want you to stop waiting to know what the hell is going on. I want you to get out of your comfort zone. I want you to go somewhere with half a solution. I want you to get knee-deep in shit, and I want you to fight your way out of it. Because nothing will make you stronger. And the one reason why my many businesses are successful, and I have the pleasure of speaking to you through this camera, and you're actually watching this video and hopefully liking this video so other people can see it, YouTube algorithm plug. The reason why we are here is because I fight to survive. I went through some shit in my childhood, like some bad stuff. I got beat a lot. I grew up super poor. It was kind of a sad situation. If it wasn't for my mentor, Rodney, I probably wouldn't have been a business owner. He was like one of the only good influences in my life. We're going to talk about Rodney later. But if I didn't go through that, I probably wouldn't be as bulletproof. And so I pray to God you don't have to go through bad stuff just to get a little bit bulletproof. But I want to let you know that a lot of what I've gone through as an adult to build these businesses was nothing as hard as growing up in that kind of like tumultuous environment. You're going to scuff your knees a little bit. You're going to lose a little bit of money. You're going to waste some time. You're going to read too many books because not enough books have enough valuable content. A lot of the books out there right now are like, let me tell you how awesome I am for 90 pages, and then give you one nugget advice for a page. And then let me tell you how awesome I or my business partners are, or the thing I'm selling you in the next product is for another 90 pages, and then another nugget of advice for a page. I would read 10 books and find one book that was valuable enough for me to remember things. But then after reading 100 books, I had 10 separate books that taught me really cool stuff, and then I connected that together and started coming up with solutions in my life. I want you to do that. I want you to waste your time reading books. I want you to waste your time taking risks. I want you to waste your time daydreaming. I want you to waste your time becoming better than you are now. Are you hearing me? I pray to God you finally take the first step towards your future. If I have put 20 hours of content on this channel for you just to constantly watch and not do anything, that would make me sad. You guys are way too good. You guys have been here. You've been here for years. You've been loyal. You deserve your shot. And I've taught you so much. And by now, if you haven't taken action, the only thing stopping you is you. And I want you to take that to heart. I know you might be in a tough spot, right? You might not have money. You might be in a shit situation like I was. You might have an abusive family. You might have toxic friends, toxic relationships, and you need to transcend that. And yes, it's harder to dig yourself out of a hole than to sit in the hole. I get it. But once you dig yourself out of the hole, it gets easier. You need to double down and you need to push. Please take this advice. Please level up. And those of you who are successful, I want you to pay it forward. You don't have to do what I do and spend a bunch of money staring at a camera trying to find something valuable to say. You're going to see somebody around and they could use a little guidance. Push them too. If you have the ability to put out your hand and help somebody up without it ruining your life, you should do it. You're obligated. I'm calling you guys out. If you're successful, this is a call to you to help everybody else out. We are family. Right? Airbnb family? Yes, we are. Again, I love you guys a ton. It's my pleasure making this YouTube channel. I'm going to hopefully be here a long time, and I want to see you all grow. So, without getting into anything else, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the other side.